Check. Alright, it's PP time. Everybody get out your PPs.
PP time.
So, a little bit about this game. We're playing Top Gear today for the Super Nintendo. We've already done this one. You don't know it.
It's the lost episode.
It is. So we're just going to redo it. And you're not going to get any, like, attempt at disguising the fact we've already done this. We're pretty much going to sit this one out and phone it in and just talk amongst ourselves because all the good material was used up on the previous Top Gear one.
It's true, yeah.
To the extent this series has good material.
Yeah, whenever 20 years down the road we do the 20th anniversary reissue, this will be on the second disc.
Yeah.
This will be the lost.
The Lost, yeah. This is the Wand of Gamblin of PP.
We'll say, why didn't they release that one?
Yeah. You're about to find out.
They could have sold so many more.
You're about to find out. Alright, so we're bringing back Top Gear. This is a SNES game. Alright, what did we talk about? We talked a lot about, what did we miss? We talked a lot about Blockbuster Video during this
Blockbuster
lesson.
Video was a hit.
Yeah, we talked about probably Saved by the Bell like we do every goddamn one of these things.
You're probably noticing a trend.
Yeah. If you've seen one of these, you've seen them all. The
Yeah.
games change, but we stay the same.
It's true. Also, if
I'm the
anybody
Scrivener, and this is JDerm, by the way. Proceed.
If anybody has any contact information of Dennis Haskins,
I think, yeah, oh yeah, Dennis Haskins.
He would be a killer guest though.
Oh, I would love to, and he probably lives around here somewhere.
Probably. I don't know if he'd fit in the frame though.
He's large.
He is. Also, updated news that wouldn't have been on the last one. Franklin and Bash got canceled, which means that Mark Paul Gosselaar is now unemployed.
Somehow, I feel if one of us was suddenly unemployed, his checks are bigger than ours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He'd probably get those NYPD blue.
I've got to assume he could live just. I mean, surely his deal was better than Dust and Diamonds.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Saved by the Bell has been syndicated since day one. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. It came out syndicated.
Yeah, pretty much.
on the day after they premiered it, they syndicated the first episode.
Yeah. So. I wonder if he or Mario Lopez was one. Probably now Mario Lopez because he gets extra.
I think it was. I think they're equal consistently throughout career, but I think Mark Paul Gosselaar probably goes for a higher rate.
Yeah, that's.
But I feel like Mario Lopez. I mean, Mario Lopez was on Pet Star.
Pet Star.
Animal Planet had a show that may still be on, for all I know, called Pet Star, where Mario Lopez predictably hosted it, and it mostly involved. It was like a Star Search kind of thing.
Right.
If you can imagine it taking place in like a studio basement instead of a big amphitheater.
Right. No Ed McMahon.
Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like.
That sounds great.
To his credit, though, yeah, and the tricks were really bad. They'd be like, sit, and Mario Lopez would have to sell you for 10 minutes on why anybody should give a shit that Joe Dipshit's Schnauzer from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Anybody should care that it can sit. But he sold it well. He really took it like a trooper, so
yeah.
Power to him.
Because he got to go home and bone Ellie Landry. So.
Yeah. I wouldn't know her if I ran over her with a car, but...
Well, he wouldn't either. He cheated on her.
You really follow Saved by the Bell gossip like no one.
I do, yeah.
It's really...
Well, no, it's just funny because, like, she at her time, she was, like, on the maximum top 10 hottest women of the year, like, every year for, like, 5 years, and he cheated on her with another woman, and, like...
Was she on the list?
No.
Well, maybe the list isn't accurate.
Maybe not.
Are you saying you don't trust Mario Lopez's judgment?
Oh, believe me.
I'll end this series right now.
I trust his judgment. He didn't hook up with Elizabeth Berkley in real life, so he's got good judgment. That
Agree to disagree.
That was a star that was falling fast. Anyway, also, back to
the dust is still settling from where that star crashed.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Can we talk about the game briefly before we get...
I just noticed that the cars are all the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
I've never noticed
This is a race car game
Yes.
from 1990 or 91 or so. I missed the intro. I didn't see that. Where it says the year by the now I assume defunct Kemco.
I'll be your fact check.
Yeah, check out Kemco, the great Kemco. Quick lightning round bit of facts about this one. It has split screen even if you are playing one player, as we're seeing now. It doesn't bother to name the AI opponent. I am racing against a gentleman by the name of Computer, so long as I am actually playing one player.
1992.
So I miss. This is a couch multiplayer game. So 92. This series, the Top Gear series, this is the only one I played as a kid.
There's a lot.
There are a lot. They are huge in Brazil.
Really?
No one can explain it. Absolutely huge in like Brazil and maybe a few other South American countries.
Huh.
Inexplicably. So that's basically everything you need to know about this game. And the music is sweet. It loops. All the gameplay structure is you're racing around the world more or less because obviously these are technology being what it was at the time, some of these are a bit fabricated.
Yeah.
For instance, this is New York. This isn't really New York.
Not New York.
Yeah, this is not a cruise in USA
I imagine it'd be
situation.
pretty hard to race in New York. I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine New York doesn't have a lot of, you know, highways like this.
Yeah. Although if you put 20 random cab drivers on a course like this, it would probably be more entertaining than anything you'd ever seen.
So I really like the headlight effects.
Yeah.
This is like the Doom 3 of its day with its lighting effects.
See, when you're a kid, and I played this when I was, you know, 3rd, 4th grade or whatever. 3rd, I want to say 3rd. You really don't have any actual sense of sort of the diversity of the world. So just like a backdrop with, you know, this on it gives you... You had enough imagination at the time to where this actually felt like I was, you know, experiencing some part of the world. So, you know, this was pre-Google Street View, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, I enjoyed it, and I still think it's a good game. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're, like, epileptic, you've probably already had a seizure by now.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but whatever.
Also, in case you're wondering, Top Gear is not related to this game, the show.
Yeah.
Famous program is not related to this.
In my heart, this game is always on top, because I never watched Top Gear, and every time I used to see that on, like, the TV Guide channel or whatever, I would think of this game and nothing else.
The American version is garbage, universally, but the British show is apparently one of the most watched shows in the world.
In the world?
Yeah, in history.
How about them? Good for them.
But, I mean, it's excellent. The production value is, like, off the charts. Like, the people they have doing the cinematography and stuff.
Yeah. I should check that out. Is it on the Netflix?
It is.
Okay, I should look at that.
It's really excellent.
I'm not a car guy, really, but like...
See, I'm not either, but the way they do it is like so perfect that...
Do they do Gumball?
No, they don't do... Well,
I like Gumball.
They kind of do something like that in the sense of like, they'll do every season like a challenge, like we'll race across Alaska, we'll race across Vietnam, and the 3 of them race.
Man, that seems fun to watch.
And have like adventures and stuff.
Alright, I'm turning off this pretentious place.
Great.
We're just gonna... Oh, traffic, come on. Come on, guy.
Yeah, for the longest time I thought this was like a licensed game, but this is actually called Top Racer in Japan.
Top Racer. Very creatively named.
Or in Japan, Tapu Racer.
Tapu Raceru. Speaking of race.
Whatever. Hey.
Hey-o!
But, I mean, this was this pre-Mario Kart? Let's see.
Really close. Really close.
It had to be really close.
Really close.
Because...
I think it was toward the beginning of the SNES lifespan.
Yeah.
Not like right on the cusp.
Okay,
I always use Super Mario 3 because it came out in 1990, I believe. It was obviously an NES game.
Yeah.
So that's how I frame basically all my time frame for SNES, early to late.
I think it was 89 because The Wizard came out in 89.
The Wizard
with Jenny Lewis and Fred Savage. An all-star cast. Jenny Lewis, who was my wife in another life.
People love Jenny Lewis.
God almighty.
People love Jennifer Lewis.
If I could have like a sandwich, it'd be Jennifer Lewis, Jenny Lewis, me, Zoe.
That's the like that's pretty pretentious.
It's great, and they're like friends in real life, so it could possibly happen.
I don't think you know what the word possibly means.
Well, I'm easy to get along with, and they're friends. So,
yeah, and they've got. You'd stand a better chance with Mark Paul Gosselaar and Mario Lopez, as far as I'm concerned.
You think so?
Factually.
Man, now you say that, I feel inspired.
Dream big. So
Mario Kart was August '92. This was like March '92. So
okay,
whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and Kimco wasn't playing with Nintendo money either. So
right. Yeah. But
this is a valiant effort as far as I'm concerned.
If you think about some of the other racing games on the SNES, especially at the time,
Kyle Petty's No Fear Racing comes to mind for me.
I didn't know that one.
It's hilarious.
I remember the
anachronistic is how
they were all about exploiting the Mode 7 though, and like
Yep.
I had a Power Rangers racer.
Ooh.
It was actually a late one. It was like '95 or '96, was whenever Zeo came out. But it was like in every way inferior to this game. It was like 4 years later.
Yeah. There were some bad ones.
Well, if you think about the technology, this is actually really impressive how much speed it actually tricks you into thinking.
Oh yeah. It's having stationary backdrops was very good back then for creating the illusion of speed. Like, you know what they say in like when you're in cinematography and in filmmaking, when you're storyboarding, the way to create the illusion of more movement is to have the subject moving quickly past the camera.
Right.
Because a stationary camera creates more movement. It's the same sort of philosophy.
Yeah. Also, the car models are really detailed.
Yeah.
Especially like when you see it like in the red down there, it looks really.
I am doing really good at dodging traffic. Obviously, in most old racing games, the whole like mechanic of catch up and like execution was.
I thought it was funny.
Milton, there's literally no sound occurred anywhere in the history of the world just now, and my dog felt like barking.
He thought our jokes were funny.
Milton, shut up.
But with love, because we don't want dog owners.
Oh, PETA's got me. No, I'm a very good dog owner, but
Yeah,
unfortunately,
he is,
because of that, I will have to skin my dog. This is over.
Yeah.
There's nobody here. Like, I don't know what his deal is. That's not, like, I don't mind it when, like, there's something to be heard. And I know he doesn't have human ears and it's different, but... What did you find out, Milton? Anyway, what were we talking about? Milton's a pet star.
Yeah, Milton's on Pet Star.
That show was pretty bad. Like,
Yeah.
Mario Lopez took it in stride. Maybe after that long, he was just glad to have a check.
Man, that money was probably rolling in now. Animal Planet money?
Animal Planet money?
It's probably pretty good.
I don't know. I guess it's Discovery money, right?
Yeah,
they're under the Discovery umbrella. Then again, they can't bring back the Mythbusters, so
No, they sure can.
I guess they're just broke after all.
Yeah.
Piss on them. Why didn't they just? I guess reload. I guess with that many people, that many crew, that big of a production.
They don't even have Mike Rowe anymore. Mike Rowe's doing like a CNN show now.
I guess relocation was out of the question because they filmed Mythbusters in San Francisco,
Yeah.
and that whole squad is very San Francisco centered, which is, as we see here, a
Yeah.
lovely town.
It is.
Coincident. That was a good.
The roads are a little bumpy, but
Yeah, that was unintentional. That was pretty good out of
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Serendipitous place.
I wonder if it's like a bumpy track because of like the hills in San Francisco. Do you think maybe that connection?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the Bay.
Right, of course.
But anyway, the Bay's
Oh, okay.
expensive, so it wouldn't surprise me if they literally couldn't afford to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mythbusters has a lot of money. Moon Bath is the password. Before memory cards, there was Moon Bath.
Yep.
Oh, let's head to Brazil, where this is huge.
Rio.
So now the soundtrack loops back around. It's a circuit. There's about 8 or 10 different continents, countries, etc. It mixes and matches.
Soundtrack's fantastic.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And each circuit has 4 races, and each of the first of the 4 races in all countries, continents, blah, 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 has the same music. Each of the second one does, and so on. So it's the same 4 tracks, but they all kick ass, so who cares? So back to Mark Paul Gosselaar. Alright, yeah, actually, okay. I wanted to talk to you about something very, very important. I agree. So we're going to tone it down, we're going to get a little serious here, if I may. So everybody, if we could stop the kidding aside for a little bit. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Right.
the very first feature film from 1990,
Right.
is on Netflix now.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And I watched it the other night.
Yeah.
Horrifyingly competent.
Oh, yeah.
I expected to laugh at my childhood idiocy, and if you extract all the gratuitous, sort of PG, early 90s cool stuff for kids, like the Radical and Cowabunga type stuff,
Yeah.
that movie holds together scary well.
It really does.
And I don't like, and I am a harsh critic of film. Like, I won't watch a film that I think is stupid or bores me.
Yeah.
I was
Pretentious
hooked.
place, after all.
I was hooked.
Yeah. It's a
I
good
was
movie.
hooked.
It's really well paced. It's really like, well written for the content.
And April O'Neil in that film reminded me a tinge of Elizabeth Berkley in her hairstyle.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's what led me to
Yeah.
remember this.
So yeah, that movie, like, from what I understand, when it came out, it caught a lot of flack actually because
And that's bullshit.
because a lot of parents thought it was too violent.
Yeah, it dealt with real issues.
Yeah, like it dealt with real issues. It was actually a really ballsy move by the director too, because
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it was more.
He wasn't collecting the check and laughing.
No, I mean,
he
this
wanted to
was
make a
like-
movie.
Yeah, I mean this was like the heyday of the cartoon, and yet he decided to base it more on the comic,
Yeah,
which is like scene.
bold move.
There are
bold
scenes
move.
pulled from the comic directly.
Yeah.
Like the Raphael and Casey Jones fight,
Yes,
and like.
it is more comic-y.
Yeah, it
It
really
is.
is, and people just flip shit over it because like, oh, it's too violent. It's too
Raphael,
dark.
I think the damn count on Raphael was 3,
Yeah,
which was. I mean, it's just a PG. Lighten up.
yeah. I mean,
They're ninjas. They practice
Remember-
the art of disarming people with force. Like,
true,
what
yeah.
are parents? Come
I-
on.
1990
parents.
Yeah.
You failed us.
Yeah,
Those were our parents.
it's true. I remember seeing it as a kid and being like really scared when I was a young kid. Like the part where Raphael like is thrown through the ceiling.
Oh yeah, where
Like
he's like, I
skylight?
thought he was gonna die.
Yeah, that bothered me as a kid, but
And
like in a good way.
And in the director's defense, there's like almost no blood, if any.
no, there's not.
Yeah, it's very.
And like none of them actually really use their weapons. Like,
Yeah,
so I mean, it's not like people like cutting each other up and everything.
yeah.
That's why when The Secret of the Ooze came out, you've seen 2, right?
Oh yeah. I saw all 3 of them in
I'm sorry.
theatrical releases.
3 is so awful.
I would watch it if it was on right now, just purely because I wanted to watch 1 for that reason. I wanted to be like, haha, boring bullcrap.
Yeah. 2 isn't like terrible, but it's what a Ninja Turtle movie. It's what you think it would be.
Yeah.
Like, it's very like cartoony.
Yeah, it's light. It's more lighthearted.
They like never use their weapons.
My guy just went through the pits without stopping.
That was.
I guess I was supposed to brake. Interesting.
Realism.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think I can make it back around to where I won't run out of gas, because that's the big thing. If you're on, the big strategy of this game is after the first 4 tracks, fuel starts being a factor, especially in the longer races, obviously. So we'll see how it goes. It looks like we're gonna have enough to make it back around though. So I guess I'll stop. I don't know what the brake. How do I brake? So don't we have any Brazilian friends who worship this game?
Yeah.
How do you feel about April O'Neil in the first one versus Paige Turco's portrayal in the second one?
When I was a kid, I had such a crush on Paige Turco. It was ridiculous. But I honestly think that.
I didn't realize it. She's had a bit of a resurgence.
She's on television.
Yeah, she's big like a CSI type shows. Like they're all spin-off type CSI shows, but she's like, you know, TNT's paying her 6 figures a month.
I was going through Netflix and like I came across some show. I didn't like watch it, but you know, you stop on
God forbid.
Like you stop on it, it's like free to featured actors. And Paige Turco was. I was like, why do I know that name? And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I used to love her.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think the better April O'Neil was the first one.
And that surprises me because I definitely like thought, I don't know, as a kid, I think I liked the first or the second Ninja Turtles film more. Because of it was more kiddie and lighthearted, but like now that I'm an adult, I definitely appreciate what the first one was trying to do.
Oh yeah,
and did.
Apparently too, I was reading that. Did you notice while you were watching it, it was like it's pretty dark, like visually, like
yes.
Okay, so apparently
it's very sewery. It's like
which was obviously intentional.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I think it was.
The re-release on Blu-ray, they brightened it back up.
Oh
people complain because it actually takes away from the movie because like,
Are you kidding? Of course it does.
Yeah, like
there's a lot of night scenes in that movie.
Not only, I mean.
That dark, damp, decrepit house. It's like Fight Club house that they stay at.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's really smart too because like they probably did it for 2 reasons. One, because visually, like as the film, but also because the costumes, like they look better in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, if you make them super bright, you can see that they're obviously costumes. But
I just got scum.
They're super convincing costumes.
Oh yeah, they work really well.
It was Jim Henson's last.
Hurrah!
Yeah. They look.
His swan song.
Corey Feldman.
His turtle song. Corey Feldman, absolutely unforgettable.
Oscar-winning performance.
He got snubbed.
Yeah, he got snubbed.
The whole system's obviously corrupt.
Yeah. But
it occurs to me that there are lots of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games we could have played for this and actually made it topical. Because we've ran our mouth for about 15 minutes about Ninja Turtles, 10 minutes for Saved by the Bell, and the actual show Top Gear, which is at least somewhat related, for maybe 30-40 seconds.
We could 2P Turtles in Time.
You know I love Turtles in Time. In fact, you know how I mentioned my friend Dave ad nauseum during our Persona 4 Arena installment of this? Big Dave. Everybody loves Dave. Dave, now a resident of Seattle, WA. Dave and I actually were looking at kickstarting a series exactly like this one. It was originally called Let's Play and Discuss. And we started that about 3 years ago. Turtles in Time was the only game we did, but unfortunately, because of our work schedules, we just never got to get it off the ground. So Turtles in Time would be a nice tribute to what might have been.
I think I've been kind of off camera. Not really.
Without you on camera, there's nothing to sell here.
Yeah. No, we're good.
It's very important. It doesn't matter. As long as they can hear you.
Yeah.
They can hear. You can hear him.
Yeah.
You can hear
me. I can hear him. We all can hear him. Yeah.
What's going on in the news lately? Do we have any gaming news?
Gaming news.
Dragon Age Inquisition comes out about 4 days from now.
Yeah, and it's excellent.
I know, and thank God for that, because what a slow year for releases.
It's well slowly, like a couple years for BioWare.
Yeah, well, now we know why.
Yeah,
that's what they've been doing.
Mass Effect 3 didn't make them all like just.
This is like, it's too late. I guess on the video you can rewind it. The shape of that track was very penile.
Really?
Yes, like, and you'll see that if you want to go back and meet us back, we won't fault you. Pervert.
Welcome back.
Hey!
Yeah.
To all of you like looking at 16-bit outlines of penis tracks, we welcome you back to Pretentious place.
Yeah, good for BioWare.
Yeah, good for all of us.
Casey
you know
Hudson,
how bored I've been? I've been streaming all year. I've been filming this all year.
I thought for sure that Casey Hudson would like take a shit on the ending of Inquisition, which I mean I haven't really heard about the ending, and then just leave because I mean that's what he did.
Yeah, he did leave. That's probably why it's so great.
Yeah, probably.
They fired him when they got to the end. He was like, "What if we did nothing?"
And they're like, "Oh, here's the thing." Pretentious switches things up a little bit.
Now you haven't played nearly enough Dragon Age, so you're going to be in the dark.
Yeah.
You need to get with it.
Well, I'm holding out for the PS4 version, so.
Okay, so you're fine.
Yeah. But I will tell you this. Speaking of PS4, in case anybody's curious, and they like Black Friday sales, we're just retailing a joke.
Are you plugging Black Friday?
No, but in case you're in the mood for a PS4.
If you want a PS4 and you don't mind trampling an elderly woman to do it,
right.
JDerm has a deal for you.
They're selling a PS4 bundle. I don't know what stores, because we're not going to pay, so I don't know what stores do it. But some stores.
It's going to be Best Buy, right? Can we just say it's Best Buy? It's usually Best Buy.
It's probably Best Buy. It is Best Buy. So they're doing a $3.99 PS4 bundle with the GTA 5 remaster and the Last of Us remaster.
That's pretty good.
Which is about the best deal I can imagine.
If you haven't played those games yet, it's certainly worth the money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's probably good.
The console itself is $3.99.
Yeah.
Right now.
And of course, like, I'm not a big GTA guy,
right.
Especially these days. But like, The Last of Us, I can say in all honesty, and yes, I don't care. I'm one of those people, and you're wrong otherwise. The Last of Us was one of the only games. That's probably one of like 5 or 6 games I've played in the last 5 or 6 years, tops. That if they asked me, if they flat out said, we worked really hard on this and we want you to pay $80 instead of $60, I'd give them $100.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that game is worth so. Like, I know it's been out a while now, which diminishes value, and that's fair. But like, as far as the day it came out, I would have happily paid $100 for the game I got out of it.
Oh, I mean, like, I'm not big on paying full price for games because I'm a cheapskate. But like, and it's paid off really well because you can at least wait like a month or two and you'll get a draft price on PSN. But like, I paid full price for Last of Us, absolutely.
Yep.
And I mean, there's a reason it stayed $60 for over a year. Like.
Oh yeah.
But
and it's also that coupled with BioShock Infinite, which is another game that I have my head buried in its ass. Is part of what made this release schedule for this year so bad. Is because those 2 games were so good for me last year that it's made waiting on another game so miserable. Yeah. And those games came out in like March and June. They were spaced out to the point where it was like you felt like you were getting like The Last of Us. I played quite a bit, and The Last of Us still took me probably 3 weeks to a month. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so it's just like last year felt substantial.
I thought that game was going to be so much shorter than it ended up being, and I was so happy for it.
Oh yeah.
Like I anticipated like because of the quality of it. I anticipated like
great.
A 10 to 12 hour like cinematic, just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But like I got like 20 hours out of it.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was like a 15, 18 hour game for me.
And it wasn't the grindy either. It was like all story.
Varied, yeah, and it was paced well.
It was.
It was. You know what? We should just do that one of these days instead of kissing its ass. You want to talk about a great game? Top Gear.
Yeah, Top Gear.
This is the last.
I was about to ask what country is this?
What country is this? I think we're in Mexico.
Okay.
Where they alternate sand and
grass and desert right into each other.
With no overlap whatsoever.
No,
and no background either. Look at that blue sky. That's gorgeous.
Also, one more thing about the sale, then we'll get back to this.
Okay, talk about your sale.
GTA, well, not about the sale, but GTA 5 the remaster is going to be excellent because it's got
first person. Yeah, the first person. Yeah. Talk it up.
I saw a video today of a head-on collision when you fly out the windshield.
Yeah.
In first person.
Ooh, that does sound sweet.
It is wild.
You know what else has first person?
What?
The Sims.
It does.
And nobody gives enough.
Does it have first?
After the first one, I think it did. It started like later on, but I think it does. Maybe in the first one, I could be wrong. It's probably like modded or something. I don't know.
I never got into this that much. I have trouble living.
That's because you're not a girl.
Well, which is funny.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's funny.
We're on your side, yeah.
Save the trees.
Yeah, this is progressive play.
In the desert, yeah.
Yeah, save the trees. There are none left. But yeah, before I move to, I really don't want to get stuck on this. I want you to have another topic ready.
Okay.
But I finally got dragged kicking and screaming into a debate about you-know-what in the gaming industry.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yesterday. Because somebody in the Magic community, which I'm obviously involved in, for a living, in fact, got involved, and so, like, I was in the wrong place at the right time, and so it went, and God in heaven, it was awful.
Yeah, I don't need to be on that.
Yeah. So when I make a joke about The Sims being for girls, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm a good man. I save the trees as I run into the sun. Save the signs is more
like it. Wreck, he says.
Yeah. I play Top Gear, where
gender neutral, man.
No, because at the end they're all dudes.
Oh.
But like the thing of it is like I think that's something that's like a pretty much a catch-all phrase for like early games. Is like early on, like all games were marketed. I mean, they're still marketed towards males almost universally, which is part of the stupidity
Yeah.
of now. But like back then, like it was a toy thing. Like,
Right. Yeah.
there was like the Barbie aisle, and you know, with the pink cars and the My Little Pony stuff.
Yeah. Growing up, I didn't know really any girls to play video games.
Exactly, and that's changed now, which
Yeah.
is why it's so like the marketing and stuff is so antiquated and ridiculous.
Right.
But like a game like this not having girls is not the same as like a game today just being completely male-centered and
Yeah. I do
dripping
hope
with testosterone.
this is the last I'll say about it too, but like, I hope the video game industry doesn't respond in like an opposite spectrum type of way.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
start
yeah.
to market like Call of Duty, like the pink controller and stuff, because it's like
I don't think that's ever
That's
happened.
just as damning.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just let people be who they are.
Yeah, like you don't have to like go out of your way to make like a girl game.
yeah, or a gay game,
This,
or like
this
just
game has empowered
Yeah.
girls. Like you can do that without like
Correct.
saying.
that's absolutely true.
But I feel
But we
like,
currently live in a world where if your name isn't LeBron James,
yeah,
you're not a black character on a video game.
Yeah,
like, and
exactly.
that's bullshit.
and like I would like if I was a girl, I would almost
Run.
feel offended that like if
Yeah.
the game was like marketing itself to me as a girl. I'd be like,
Yeah.
why? Like,
It's not about like it's about being progressively inclusive. It's not
Right.
about force-feeding skin deep diversity.
yeah, because then it's just awkward.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, we're going to Japan.
nice.
You and me, we do a lot of weebooing on this.
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
We're gonna buy some animes.
With
It's
some-
strangely like New
with
York
some
City,
sushi.
just with more billboards.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
isn't that true?
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Tokyo.
I would too.
I now know like 3 people who either live in or have been to Tokyo, and I just want to punch them in the nose.
I'd love to.
Some of them women. And that's how strongly I feel about this.
Yeah, they get punched too. No, I would totally go to Japan. I just need to stay in a capsule hotel. Those look kind of fun.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a claustrophobic, and I'd love to flail about in there.
Yeah.
I'm not
They
really
just
that.
look-
I'm
they just
not that
look cozy.
claustrophobic.
I'm not at all.
You know what I
Like,
can't stand? People who don't have a condition that say they do, just because it's like
I'm
gives them
so-
more personality.
I'm so OCD.
Oh, I've got the ADHD.
I
No,
got-
you don't. Shut up.
I got the ADD because I can't. I'm so ADD. Other people say that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm so ADD.
I'm so ADD
Yeah.
because I can't read the study book.
Yeah. No, you're just an idiot.
No, either it's just a boring book or you can't focus.
Yeah, yeah. That's because you're a human being.
Yeah.
That's not part of your personality.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm so OCD because I
We've
like.
had some good rants.
Yeah, no.
Let's rant more.
Like, I don't know. It's like, for instance, people on there's like a whole Reddit devoted to this shit. I can't remember what it's called. It's some stupid
Yep.
version. But like whenever video game spines like look different,
Yeah.
like sports games, for instance.
Sure.
I'm so OCD. I can't take this. It's like okay, someone with OCD wouldn't worry about that.
Correct.
Like OCD is like
You don't actually know what it is. You're
Yeah.
making shit up.
like just because you like yeah, I would like everything to look the same too. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
not.
series,
Yeah, that's
it's-
not what OCD is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OCD is like a crippling disorder where like
Correct.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't take a picture.
You have
because-
actual problems.
Yeah.
It's a medical condition.
People with OCD who like have to lock their cars 50 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you go outside, don't take a picture, and send it to Reddit. Like, oh my god, I should lock the car.
You know what that's like? That would be like saying literally everybody who says the word fuck once throughout the day. Oh, I'm so Tourette's. No,
Yeah,
you're not.
like,
That's
yeah.
not even what Tourette's is, you
Yeah.
jackass. Like, stop getting your medical knowledge from Rob Schneider movies.
Or like what'd you do yesterday? God, I can't remember. God, I'm so Alzheimer's.
Wow, I saw.
Like, get fucked.
I slept last night. Oh, I'm so dead.
I'm
I'm
so
clinically
narcoleptic.
It's like people who use literally for everything.
Yeah, literally.
We finally started. We make fun of them all. On this
Yeah,
one, too.
we
We're
do.
like literally dead. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
Dave, you know, I used to do that a lot. Dave.
Good old Dave.
Yeah. Who speaks very well Japanese very well. He would love this Tokyo track here.
Maybe we'll pass it.
Dave, hey. No, he's in Seattle. Try
alright.
to keep up. He is closer to Tokyo.
That's true. It is.
Do you have any idea? All right, there's going to be like, I mean, nobody watches these, but like for the 3 people out of the people who do watch these, don't be like no shit in the comments because I don't care about what you say.
Yeah.
But
I do.
do you have any idea how far Hawaii is from California?
No.
It's out there.
Is it really?
You know how far it is from here to LA, like on a plane?
It's like 4 hours. Right?
It's 6. It's like
Oh.
5.5, 5 to 6, depending on what's going on.
Okay.
Do you know how far it is to fly from LA to Hawaii? It's like 11 hours or something. That is out there.
Yeah,
That's like 2.5 US's.
it's true. My friend in high
I
school,
learned that.
He
Look at the pits.
his family was from Manila in the Philippines.
Oh, Manila.
And when he would fly there for
I like their
Christmas or
envelopes.
something, yeah, me too. I tell you, he would fly to San Francisco, and then fly to the Philippines, and then fly to the Philippines would be like 17 hours apparently
God,
from San Francisco.
who has the time?
I mean, who does?
Our friend Baxattack, who's been mentioned a few times on these. His brother moved to Hawaii for a job recently, and he like wants to go visit him and has an open invitation. He's got a guest room, all that stuff. But the thing of it is, I don't know how many laps were left, so I stayed in the pits for a while. The thing of it is like, he literally has to take off like 2.5 weeks to go there for like a week because the flight times and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just takes so long. He's gonna spend literally a full day on an airplane. So.
Well, that's like, I mean, I never had to do anything like that until we went to New York last month because.
Love New York.
Yeah. Here in the old boonies of North Carolina.
Howdy ho.
We took the Amtrak because it was cheaper and it was kind of last minute.
Yeah.
Buying a plane ticket a week out.
I know the Amtrak.
Yeah. Buying a plane ticket a week out for all our non-American listeners, viewers,
yeah,
whatever.
like all you, that guy.
Yeah. It's very hard to do unless you want to fork out.
If they're watching this one, they're from Brazil.
Yeah, that's true. So we took the Amtrak, and it was a, I want to say it was like a thing. It was about a 16-hour ride. So we left. Yeah, we left. So
out of Charlotte, right?
No, it was out of Greenville.
Oh, Greenville. Oh, wow.
I didn't feel like driving to Charlotte.
Don't give away our location.
Yeah. But so if you want to stop me,
in case Zoe is.
Yeah, I'm always down.
And Jenny Lewis is out there stalking you.
If you want to stalk me, you don't have to try too hard. I'll hang out, whatever. But unless you're like a.
I'm up for whatever.
Yeah, I'm up for. So we pretty much had to plan our trip around that because we were going for 5 days. But we left on a Friday night at 11 p.m., got there at 2 p.m. the next day, and then leaving, we left at 2 p.m. and got back here at 5 in the morning. So it's like that was basically 2 days of travel.
And that's crap.
Yeah, it was.
Hiroshima.
Oof, this is a little dark. It's a little dark.
They don't do anything. That's good. Predictably. They keep their mouths shut.
I just had a mental image of what it was going to look like. But
you just got the little temple out there, or whatever it's called. I forget the name of it. It's the same. Look up the name of that thing.
A pagoda?
Pagoda, yeah. Well, aren't the pagodas the buildings?
Oh, yeah.
What's the little, just the arch?
I don't know.
Look it up.
What do I look up? Japanese?
Look, no, look up. Look, there's a magic set that has it as the symbol. Look up Champions of Komen.
Okay.
Which you'd already know.
Yeah, well.
Dervin's a magic noob.
Still.
He's played 6 years.
You guys have looked it up. Okay.
Champions of, I don't know. Shouldn't it, like, that's Betrayers.
There's a Tory gate.
Tory, okay, there you go. Thank you. Thank you.
That was a lot easier than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. I told you right where to find it. Yeah, look at this shameless promotion Kimco has all over these signs. I guess they are.
You already bought their game, for God's sake.
Yeah.
What more can they want? It's not like there's DLC.
I do own the copy. I do own a copy of this game. Even though, obviously, we're not playing the actual SNES, because... Why succumb to hardware frame rates when we can play it on a machine built 25 years later?
That's right. That hasn't turned yellow with age.
Yeah. Yeah, the SNES does suffer from newspaper syndrome, where it gets jaundiced out.
It's only the top half.
It is, isn't
like
it? Oh, well, yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. Maybe it's the coating.
Maybe.
They have some kind of coating. I have seen some pretty good-looking ones, though, in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't have the issue.
I don't think mine does, actually, because I don't. It's been in a cabinet for like 10 years. And last time I saw it, it wasn't really turned. I guess just because it hasn't gotten much like exposure to anything. But yeah, I had 2 SNESs growing up, actually.
I just had an epiphany from a discussion from earlier. The Sims on PlayStation 1, or no, PlayStation 2 rather.
Okay.
The first console version that came out well after the acclaimed PC.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a console version.
Yeah, it came out super late. It was like a year or more after the original, I think.
Okay.
It was a port. You were able to go into first person by entering a cheat code, like a password type situation, and I think it was fisheye. And it lets you, like, first person it. So there's a little something I remembered that isn't interesting, but was related to something an hour ago.
If anybody watching has a copy of The Sims on PS2, you can try that and confirm.
Yeah, that's literally the only way we'll know for sure.
Yeah, we will give you a great...
See, here's where strategy comes in. I've chosen the fuel-efficient car as opposed to the faster ones, because during tracks like this one, he had to pit, gave up the lead, and I don't think I'll have to pit.
Yeah, it's racing.
That is racing. Speaking of racing, Newman Nation.
Yeah.
Chase for the Cup ends this Sunday. Ryan Newman, shout out. Yep. To anybody who has NASCAR overlap, all 0.5 of you.
Yeah, all our non-American listeners will.
Yeah, they love NASCAR. I've been watching NASCAR with my Scottish friend.
Oh yeah.
Who hangs out in my stream all the time. Asef, shout out.
Hey.
He's the greatest.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, we play Counter-Strike together. When are you getting on that?
We had fun on the Silent Hill 2 stream.
Yes, we did. Asef's great. We play lots of Counter-Strike together, and you should join us. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, yeah, he's been watching and he loves it because of the American commercials. He's fascinated by the fact that we advertise boner pills in our country.
Yeah.
They don't do Viagra ads apparently on TV in the other areas. Isn't that funny?
Probably because like
it's all trucks and boner pills over here.
Yeah, probably because to them sex is a little more sacred in like the media.
Maybe. No, isn't it less? I think it's less taboo.
Oh, it's less. Yeah. Right, yeah.
You know, speaking of which, that track kind of... I keep not seeing it till the end, but that track kind of looks like a penis, too. What's going on here? Yeah, I think this game is deeper than we give it credit for. A lot of guys trying to race cars faster than one another because of a penis. I think there's some hints here.
Or it's like a Rorschach. The track's like a Rorschach.
Maybe I just see dicks everywhere.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, this is... I don't know where we are.
This is Yokohama, Japan.
Okay, thank you.
I know that.
I bet the last one's Kyoto. I haven't looked it up, but I guarantee the last one's Kyoto. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because if you just like name if you go around asking 4 Americans to name four Japanese cities, these are the 4 they're going to name every time.
Yeah.
Nagasaki, if they're history buff, because of its Hiroshima tie in there. But other than that, that's certainly the 4 I would name.
Yeah, I would say Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, and probably Hiroshima.
Yeah. Yeah. I would name what's like the most common American town name? Well, that computer AI just wrecked really hard.
There's a lot of Greenvilles.
Greenvilles. There are a lot of Greenvilles. There's an Atlanta, Texas.
There's a Rome, Georgia.
Rome, Georgia, yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
There's a Boston, Ohio, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of little, like...
Yeah.
Which is the worst, because, like, you say you're from... You have to say the state when people ask where you're from. If you're just from one of the real cities, not those backwoods dumps we're talking about.
Yeah, we kind of lucked out with Greenville, because Greenville, South Carolina is so much closer.
Yeah.
Like, they're spread enough apart, they just say at Greenville, people want to assume you're driving 6 hours to the east.
Yeah. You have given away our locale.
Sorry.
Everybody knows where we live.
It's going to have to give them a little bit of, like...
The door is unlocked, and I'm terrified.
They're going to have to do a little bit of, like, researching, though. Like, a little bit of map checking.
Just
like,
give them... Go get my mail.
We're giving them, like, Carmen Sandiego clues. 6 hours from here or 5 hours from here.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
I messed with, it will bring you to nausea, but I've been messing with this, I can't remember the name of it quite offhand, but there's a sweet Google Street View game now, that where it'll drop you at a random place in the world.
Oh, I think you told me about that.
Yeah, all the license plates and the signs, most of the signs are blurred, and you gotta figure out where you are.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Check that out. I don't remember the name of it, but it's fun.
I can't remember either. You told me, but I forgot to look at it.
Oh, it's Kyoto! How about that? 6 laps around this one. This one does not look like a penis. I'm proud to confirm. I love looking up at that because, like, the quality is so much higher than YouTube or under it. You guys look, we look so beautiful in, like, HD. You guys will never know. Piss off, YouTube.
Also, in case anyone's wondering about my shady facial hair, I've not done No Shave November.
I shaved finally. I accidentally did No Shave November and then immediately shaved.
That's kind of what I'm doing, but I don't want to claim that that's what I'm doing.
See, that's a pagoda. I see the pagoda.
Yeah, you're right. Godzilla stuff on a lot of those.
Godzilla is another recurring meme in this series, as we're finding out.
That's true.
Yeah. We basically talk about 5 things.
My life is Saved by the Bell and Godzilla.
You could do worse.
It's a depressing life.
You could do worse.
Could watch, I don't know, Heroes.
That's depressing.
Yeah. I did watch the first season of Heroes.
Like everybody else. See, I just won't get involved because it's like Lost. I won't bother. I don't want to. It's not worth it to just get hurt. It's like entering a relationship where they're like, in a year, I'm going to move far away and never come back.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
yeah, you're setting yourself up for pain.
I've never lost interest in a show as quickly as I have with Heroes. Like, I watched the first season on DVD when it came out, and I was ready for the second season to premiere. I watched it on NBC Live, and I was like, well, I don't know. And I just never ended up watching it again. Apparently, from what I hear, I was a pretty good decision now. So.
Oh yeah, that's the unanimous. It's very rare in life, like. And you're a film guy, so this is the worst. There's nothing worse than when you have to suffer through somebody who doesn't know shit about movies, talking about movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't like it at all. Well, you don't know anything, so...
That actually happened to me today.
Film is an objective. Like, yes, you get, like... There are films that I enjoy that are bad.
Yeah.
Like, Dumb and Dumber isn't, like, a quality film.
Right.
I enjoy it, though. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But, like, standing up for a film as if your taste is all that matters to... Like, you're retarded. Stop it.
Yeah, like, we watched this movie in one of my classes today called Gear the Wrath of God.
Yeah.
It is a Werner Herzog movie.
Don't know it.
No. Do you know Werner Herzog?
I know the name.
Yeah, he's a German, like, artist,
Film, yeah.
art director. And so, of course, this is not a film class. This is, like, a history-esque class, and, you know... A lot of the bozos, and they were having to watch a German art film from the 70s, and
Oh, sure.
you'd have thought we were just pulling their fucking teeth. But, like, at the end of it, this girl literally said, because she had some discrepancy with, like, oh, I know what it was. So the movie's about, you know, some Spanish colonists. They take a bunch of Native Americans, and they go down to the Amazon to look for El Dorado.
Sure.
So they actually enslave one of the Native Americans and uses him as kind of like a guide and a translator.
Yeah.
Well, she says that that Native Americans, they killed themselves when they got enslaved.
Sure.
And all of them, by the way. She says all of them did that.
Yeah.
So the director did not do a good job making his movie because he was enslaved. And that's not historically accurate at all.
Put a Big Mac in your stupid mouth,
Yeah.
person.
And I was like, so this guy...
You don't know anything.
This guy is literally a German filmmaker who's made like 5 historical films.
Yes.
And you're calling him out on something you probably know nothing about.
Yeah.
Not only that, making a huge sweeping generalization.
Yeah.
And then somebody else said, like, well, that part was so unrealistic. Like, the blood looks so fake. And it's like, well, first of all, it's from 1972.
Yeah, the makeup
Second
in
of all,
Citizen Kane doesn't look great either.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be like it's a violent film. It's just, you know, it's supposed to be like a historical film. So who cares what the blood looks like?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah,
if you're losing it on that, you're probably just fat. Like, sorry about your goddamn luck. but-
Clearly an easy deduction to make.
Yeah, so anyway.
That's my favorite, is to shame people for things that have nothing to do with the actual problem you have.
That's the one thing that's good about animation.
Damn
is,
people in film classes always using up my hot water. It's
Yeah,
like
well, that's
just
the good
making
thing. Is,
bullshit.
like, I've had a lot of film classes, and it's refreshing to watch movies with people who like are in the same field. When you have to watch it in a class, it's not at all the way.
A bunch of dopes, yeah.
Yeah, people on the shift now.
College is the worst, yeah. Any college class where you're in there with more than 5 people, you're gonna have to listen to some stupid stuff. This is a long one.
It is.
Kyoto's not easy to get around. We're doing well though. We're crushing computer. It looks like he's probably running out of fuel again. Idiot.
Good joke.
Yeah.
You just passed you.
Yeah, you can have it.
He's
This is I think it's his final lap. He may beat me on this one. Damn it. Anyhow. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Like, what? I was in one class one time, and I had already seen it a million times because I positively adore it, because I'm just that guy. I had to deal with a class where Mulholland Drive was required viewing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually went pretty well, except for this one... Ooh, look at him! Going for it. Yeah, we're at the end. He's gonna make it. This one girl who is like, I don't like how he does this, I don't like this, I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And then the professor posed the question. That's perfectly fine, but if you were directing this film and it had the same story and had the same themes, what would you have done differently? And she goes, well, nothing, but I just hated how he did it. And I'm like, so what you need is a coloring book and some crayons.
Yeah,
like, you actually don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah.
God, this is a good pretentious play.
It is.
We are so
We're
pretentious.
learning.
Where am I? Oh, we're in Germany.
We watched 2001 last year in one of my classes.
God, good luck with that one.
And that was really aggravating because somebody actually made the claim that it wasn't. It was overrated because it didn't make sense. And
How do you quantify that?
I don't know. Like, this person didn't know whether to shit or wind their watch. Stone Cold Steve Austin says, "Give me a helmet." But like,
Good of you to bring down the intellect
Yeah,
part.
but, like-
we were getting pretty high there. Let's
but,
bring it
like-
down.
so okay, you didn't get it.
Yes.
And I'm not saying even I got it the first time I watched it. Like, I didn't get it either. But like,
I mean,
there's-
what's to get? Like,
yeah,
what
like,
are you
it
getting?
obviously makes sense. Like,
Yes.
a movie would not be that successful if it literally was just nothingness. You know what I mean? Like, it obviously has a point, and it has a plot, and it has...
Yes.
So if you say you don't like it because you don't understand it, then just whatever, fine.
Yeah.
But to say that it's objectively overrated because it doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
like,
That's not.
that's such a sweeping generalization coming from like a 20-year-old. It's like, get fucked. I'm sorry, but
Sadly, I hear Interstellar is in theaters now, which is Nolan's new film, and I've heard that aside from being very good at spectacle and paying homage to 2001, it's pretty much a strictly worse version of it.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah. Chris Nolan's a good guy, but I feel like his ego has now, and his budget have outweighed his reach, because...
He's giving a bit of a fart sniffer.
He is. This film is now, like, it's like almost right at 3 hours on the dot. Which is not okay.
Yeah.
Like,
which, I mean, I'm sure the studio only greenlit because...
Yeah, because it's him, yeah, like... He needs to reel it back in. And I think you and I talked about how great Memento was because it was restrained.
Yeah.
Like, when a director doesn't have restraint, he or she loses sight of, like, their ability to edit and to be concise and to sort of polish. Yeah. As opposed to just leave everything in because it's so goddamn expensive now.
Yeah.
Look at you, Peter Jackson.
I mean, hell,
King Kong. In what universe is it okay for that movie to be like 3 hours long?
I was blown away by how long that movie was.
Yeah,
like,
and it was a fine film, but
it was.
Yeah, but it was like
it's literally King Kong.
Yeah, you don't. Yes, you don't need. Yeah, you're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, like
you're inventing the ape. Reinventing the ape.
That wasn't the name of the feature out on the DVD. Did I mean DVD?
Yeah.
Also, I still haven't seen.
I wish we were in the same peer group. Like, I mean, you and I are not far apart in age, but I wish you and I could have been in a class together.
Oh yeah.
And watched 2001 together for the first time, because as soon as like we would be sitting there in the dark amongst 30 other nitwits, and as soon as that bone went up into the sky, and the scene transitioned to the space station or whatever, you and I would have looked at each other and went. Like we would have given that smug look of approval, like, oh yeah, this is what we pay obscene money for.
It's true. Yeah, it was also a little awkward when we watched it because the ape scene got a lot of laughs.
Oh, that's always bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Like, it's dated, but it's
yeah.
not,
I mean, yeah.
Like, if I was watching it by myself, I would laugh. But I can see how Community, like.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: I'm a reclusive dude. I don't really like much large social engagement. For a variety of reasons. But even with that said, I feel like there are a few movies, even non-comedies per se, that are better in a theater and are better communal. Do you have any that you feel that way about?
Cabin in the Woods.
Okay, yeah. That's very good.
I really lucked out, though, because that's obviously a movie where you can have the crowd that's like, that's not scary at all.
Yeah.
But I saw it with just the right crowd.
Yeah.
Showing.
Lots of laughs and lots of, like hilarity.
It was, like, uproarious laughter. It was so good.
That's great. That's awesome.
I'm trying to think. I've seen a few, actually, because I don't go to the movies that much anymore, just because, like, I always end up getting, like, frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so expensive anyway, it's like, I might as well just wait for it.
Unless
something I could really have to see.
Yeah. I hate the glorified field trip. Like, I hate sitting with, like, like, I went to see, I don't remember the dude's name. I think he did... Fernando is the City of God guy. It was his follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
The Constant Gardener.
Yeah, I like it.
I went to see that with a date, whatever it was, 12 years ago or something. And, like, the theater was almost entirely empty. We saw it, like, 3 o'clock on a Thursday or something. And we sit down about midway through the theater, and then these, like, 4 or 5 complete hillbillies, obviously high school, like, big rig truck driver types, like, they sit down behind us, they talk for 5-6 straight minutes. Redneck kid number 5 comes in, sits down with them, and goes, "Hey, what y'all doing? Is this movie silly?" Verbatim, that's what he said.
That's really funny.
We very obnoxiously sighed audibly, got up, and moved to the back of the theater.
That's really
And then
funny.
they shortly left thereafter. But yeah, like that's not okay.
That's nice.
Like, that's a film I would rather see in my living room, like most films.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing Juno in theaters and being eternally grateful that was a movie I went to see in theaters, because it was familial. It was sort of like, it wasn't like a boring slice of life picture, but it was still like one of those films where it wasn't just sufficient to see it with like a significant other or whatever. It was the kind of movie you'd like to watch with your mom and like for a stranger. Like, I enjoyed it.
Right.
And the theater was full, and it was a lot of fun.
I saw 22 Jump Street recently.
Okay.
And that was really fun to see in theaters, because that movie was really funny anyway.
Sure.
Like, everybody was kind of on the same page with it. It's just such a good feeling when, like, you see a movie and everybody's on the same page. Like, they know what they're getting.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be like, you can tell nobody's like disappointed, and they're all like into it.
There's a lot of pink cars out here now.
There are.
Is that new?
Susan G. Komen, whatever.
Yeah, it's No Shave November out there.
Sorry, I just mentioned her name. She'll probably sue us.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she likes to do.
I think we talked shit about her during the last one of these.
We did, I think.
And I don't think it had anything to do with us talking about that car. Alright, yeah, we can go back on that tangent. Okay. Susan G. Komen, that organization, or that woman, I don't know much about it other than the, you know, what everybody else knows. Yeah. They sue the shit out of people. They spend so much money that they have that, in theory, should go to cancer awareness and research. And they sue people into oblivion over nonsense. Yeah,
their main pulpits they stand on are the use of the color pink in relation to breast cancer. They seem to think that they've like patented the color.
Yeah.
And also,
piss on you.
Also, the phrase "for the cure" apparently belongs to them. So you have all these nonprofits. In fact, there was one, I can't remember what it was called. It was this really small, like kind of mom and pop nonprofit cancer charity that donated almost 100% of their profits to, you know, research, which Susan G. Komen only donates about 16 to 17%.
Yep. Well, they would donate more, but then they wouldn't be able to file lawsuits every 15 minutes.
So this company was, you know, 100%, and they used some flyer that said like something for the cure or whatever. Susan G. Komen sued them out of business.
Yep.
Like
that's their move.
Like, and this is the most egregious thing. You'll find this hilarious because, like, as soon as we actually heard about one of my classes the other day, and we were just dying, like, with how ironic it was. This is like Ayn Rand cashing her Social Security checks, blah blah blah. Like,
that is such a good pretentious joke.
Oh yeah. So hey.
Well
so apparently this year, you know, last month was Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Sure.
Susan G. Komen donated a pink drill bit to one of the biggest fracking companies in the country.
Okay.
They didn't donate; they got paid for it. So,
yeah.
Because the fracking company was doing fracking for the cure.
Yeah.
And Susan G. Komen gave them a pink drill bit. So
I feel like Susan G. Komen, at this point, is less like a charitable organization, and more like
supervillain.
Yeah, lighting cigars. Used in like striking matches on disembodied tits at this point. Yeah. Like you're just like a fucking horrible cartoon of what you pretend to be.
I mean, never mind the fact that, you know, fracking has been, not to get on too much of political color, but fracking has been kind of linked to breast cancer in certain communities.
Oh, that's great.
Towns. Yeah. But hey, if more people get breast cancer, more people will donate to Susan G. Komen, and then it's just
funny how that works. I tell you, then when in 40 or 50 years, when my wife or mom or whoever is getting a mastectomy, is that what it's called? Mastectomy. Yeah. I'll be sure to be thrilled. I'll check out what lawsuits were going on that week, so I can be sure to appreciate where that research money went.
Make sure you don't do anything for the cure.
I am cursing.
Yeah.
Barrett Wallace driving this car. Final Fantasy VII reference. Hey. Everybody drink.
But yeah, make sure you don't do anything for the cure, because
don't do anything for the cure.
You'll lose your hat.
Yeah, unless it's fracking.
That's true. Yeah.
You ever watch Battlestar Galactica?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've only watched the intro, like the first movie or whatever.
Yeah.
The 2-hour pilot.
Yeah.
It seems like something I could really get into.
The show's great.
But when Starbucks says that, it completely breaks the fourth wall.
It's really aggravating.
I can't take it, and it's every 10 minutes, and I can't take it.
The worst part is like, I mean, I watched the whole show, I loved it, but like, it never eases up.
Oh yeah, I've heard if anything it gets worse. Yeah. And I don't want to say it's a deal breaker, but like, God, it's painful.
I mean, I thought I would get used to it at least, but like,
I don't think I can. I think it's stupid.
Because like, you can tell too, the third or fourth season towards the end, like, you could tell it was already on T-shirts and shit.
Yeah.
So like,
they're just milking it. Yeah. That udder got bruised.
Mother fracker and stuff. Just like, kill yourself, please.
Yeah. Dave used to say it all the time. I didn't even get the reference then, and I still hated it.
Like, oh, but it's so cool. It's like they can curse and not have to do it. It's like, well, you also do. You could just not do it at all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You could make it to where I don't immediately remember I'm watching a sci-fi television show in my boring living room.
Yeah.
Like, idiots.
And like, it's really bad because you'll have these scenes. Like, it's one of the most like emotionally driven, character-driven sci-fi shows ever, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So you'll have these like really dramatic scenes, and this one will say "frack," and you're just like, God, I hate you.
Yeah.
Because then you just want to like laugh.
Yeah. The puppeteer stands up for no reason.
Exactly, yeah.
Just like,
hey, I'm here, guys.
Hey! You're talking about, speaking of puppeteers, and Jim Henson and Ninja Turtles from 3 hours ago.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah, we're going to rewind the tape.
Yep.
Really depressing. Never looking up any making of stuff involving the Ninja Turtles films, because they interview the actors who are in the turtle suits but without the head on, and it is one of the more depressing things you'll ever encounter.
That's really fun.
Yeah, it's not something you want to see if you want to be able to sleep at night. It invalidates like the first 10 years of your life.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So avoid that. See, all right, now this map, I'm not. Look, it's another penis map.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
I don't know what the giant growth is there on the top.
Testicular cancer.
Yeah, it looks like a side diagram of like a health class textbook.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what a boner looks like from the side if you...
That's true, yeah. Pelvis and
Yeah.
testes, yeah.
In New York, I went to the Museum of Sex.
I wanted to go there, yeah.
It's actually worth the price of admission. Like, I think it was like 20 bucks to get in or something.
Yeah,
It was great.
We were actually going to go, but it was closed the day we wanted to go. It was like a Tuesday or something.
A lot of Top Gear maps.
Oh, yeah. They have a whole gallery.
What's the time at? Are we done with this?
56.
56. Alright, let's tie this up. Well, should I finish up Black Forest, Germany?
Yeah, you might as well.
Alright. It's pretty long. Alright, here, I'm coming out of the testy. We're heading up through the vast deference area.
We were clapping our wooden shoes together. Wait, never mind. Sorry to anybody in Germany. That was a gross misunderstanding of your culture. I like Germany a lot.
You like the films of Hans van Gurten, or whatever the hell you said?
Werner Herzog.
Thank you, same thing.
Yeah.
John Smith, whatever his name is.
I like krautrock a lot.
Krautrock?
Yeah, have you listened to krautrock?
No.
Bands. It was like this genre in the early 70s.
I remember Rammstein. I had a roommate that was really
They
into
were not kraut.
Rammstein.
I had an ex-girlfriend that was really into Rammstein.
That's hilarious in its own right.
One time, she was like, you gotta hear this song. I can't remember what it's called. And she played it and started crying. And said it was the saddest song she'd ever heard. And I was like, do you even know what they're saying? And she's like, no, but the emotions are just so powerful. And I was like, you might be crazy. It turns out she was. Because now
I hope she sees this.
Nah, she doesn't watch YouTube. She's too good for that. She's too busy reading.
I'm gonna call her up.
She's too busy reading, like, Mein Kampf and thinking it's, like, a misunderstood brilliant piece or something. Which she actually told me one time. She said, people get it all wrong. I was like, I don't know if they do, though.
Yeah, I think, the takeaway, I think, in something that's very important was involved in the discussion yesterday, which shall not be named, I think people have a misconception of, generalizations are fucking awful.
Yeah.
And they're not only awful in the way that, like, hey, everybody's different, school class way. I mean, association is a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
It is perfectly, you could be a terrible person. And in many ways you are.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But you could be like a really shitty person. Hey, laps.
Frankfurt, Germany.
Oh, been there. It's the beautifulest time of year. You could be a terrible person, and and then you could come in and you could say something like, I believe in gender and race equality. Just because I agree with that sentiment does not mean that I'm a bad person because I'm like, this is a good idea. Like, terrible people can believe in okay things.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of a bad misconception.
Yeah.
It's like the, I don't remember the name of the dude, but the GOPers were... You remember back in, like, 2012? Was it 2012? No, it was 2008, the first Obama administration, where they were really, really trying to dig up the dirt on the sort of like the religious leader that Obama knew or whatever, as if like, hey, he knows this guy.
Yeah.
As if that actually means anything.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's perfect, but like, I don't know. I think it's perfectly reasonable to be able to agree with someone without thinking that they conduct themselves in a realistic or civilized manner.
Yeah, and back to the film class. It actually came up today, and it's came up in every other film class I've ever taken. D.W. Griffith, Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, yep, Birth of a Nation.
Every time Birth of a Nation came up, because my teacher said it today, he was talking about like dichotomies, and he said it's an amazing film, but it's a terrible film at the same time.
Yes.
And people were like, oh my god.
That is the perfect example.
Yeah.
It literally, I'm not sure it gets better than that example.
Yeah, I don't think it does because
Birth of a Nation is a good film technically in every regard.
And it's an important film for the history of film.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
But these proto-liberal like college kids who think that they're just so on top of it.
Reinventing society by oh, you're so progressive.
They're like movie, you can't watch the movie. It's like, you literally have never even seen this movie.
Yeah, correct. And not only that, but it's like that acknowledging that it was a well-crafted film technically does not make you a dickhead. Like,
exactly. Like,
yeah. Stop thinking that literally like
the way in which the cameras move was not racist.
Correct.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
shut your hole.
Yeah.
Man, I hate film students.
Man, that shot was so racist in the way that it panned across
This
the
one
landscape.
fucking guy. He looked exactly like Patton Oswalt. He was that same fucking class, man. Like he got up and he did this. It was some presentation and it was pretty open-ended, and he did it on Raging Bull, and he filleted Raging Bull for 15 minutes in that obviously very iconic scene where Robert De Niro, Jake LaMotta gets knocked out. And it's a really good scene. he wouldn't shut the hell up for 15 minutes about how it was one of the greatest editing scenes of all time, and not once out of his stupid mouth did he say why. He's just a film culture regurgitating answering machine. Like, people have told him this, and he just internalizes it. Drove me insane. I was like, I am gonna have to fake a bathroom break to get out of this. This dude, why? Any questions? Yeah, why? Yeah. That filibuster you just went on for 15 minutes about how great it is. Why?
Yeah.
I know. Like, I already know.
Right.
I'm not sure you know.
Yeah.
Like, how do you go that long? And then they have this other loser who was like, just Eminem. And like, yeah, and his presentation was on Goodfellas and how great it was, and so he showed the stabbing scene at the beginning, and like, he, again, for all the wrong reasons, never once said why it was a good film. It was literally just him going up there and be like, man, I like gangster movies. I'm surprised he wasn't wearing like a Scarface shirt while he did it. Like,
oh my god, yeah. I mean, nothing beats when people are like, in film class say their favorite movies like American Psycho, and I was like, why? Like, oh, Patrick Davidson's the hero. It's like, are you sure? Because
yeah, are you sure?
It's like, here's the point. And
shouldn't you be bagging groceries right now?
Yeah, like, which part of Patrick Davidson's your hero?
Berate the labor force for it.
The fact that he's vain and self-absorbed, or the fact that he murders people and feels no remorse. Which part is that?
Or the fact, or it's a completely tongue-in-cheek look at censorship and things like that. Oh, you missed that? Oh, that's because you're a lobotomy patient.
Yeah. Alright,
yeah, we should tie this up before we offend anymore. We'll see, who have we offended in this so far? Germans, the Japanese, certainly ourselves.
People who support Susan G. Komen, because people are going to take that as like, that's a, okay.
I don't think our Susan G. Komen crowd has a lot of overlap.
But, the final point on that. Susan G. Komen is basically invincible in society, because nobody, to the average Joe, this is how they stay the way, because you can't.
It's like pregnant women.
Yeah, you can't be like.
You can't say anything mean, no matter how awful they are.
Yeah, because you can't be like, oh, Susan G. Komen rips you off, like, oh my god, they do such good. So you little support breast cancer then. Breast cancer research. It's like, no, I do support breast cancer.
And that's that same bullshit that people do with like support our troops. Like,
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I do support our troops. Yeah. Disagreeing with the premise. Oh no, so you don't support them. Fuck off. Yeah. Turn off Bill O'Reilly for 15 minutes and read a book.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
God. See, this is the reason we can never throw any of these out. Yeah, exactly. Because if we have to replay any of them, we instantly don't have anything to talk about because we used up all the good material.
That's true, yeah.
And then we just rant like lunatics.
Yeah, that's true.
Drive a pink car if you want. We're not offended.
So yeah, so if we ever find the first episode, you might hear some things about Top Gear. But
yeah, we talked a lot about Blockbuster videos.
We did a lot about Blockbuster. Probably a little more about Say Let It Go.
Yeah, well that's the case always. Is this one over? Roadhog.
Roadhog.
The next one's Scandinavia. I really want to do Scandinavia, I think. Yeah, it's in Sweden. This is my part of the world I really like.
We're long.
We are long. I should have just entered Roadhog at the beginning.
You should have.
See, look how beautiful it is.
It is.
And I really like this part of the world. I remember as a kid always loving these tracks. Alright, we're done. Do we have a pretentious word? Come up with a pretentious word and then I'll stop.
Egregiousness.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's not great.
The first one was probably better.
What was the first one?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. But
God, you're so Alzheimer's.
I know, I'm so
I'm so ADHD, Alzheimer's, OCD. Get a job.